Hello, Ron. Bumblefoot Thal here, and you are watching the Carr Stereo Podcast. So the hole in the ground, it had to be at least like 12 feet deep, just because, and otherwise, like, and you start smelling the body parts and everything. So we had to make sure.
Oh wait, are we recording?
We're rolling.
We're rolling. Should we keep rolling?
No.
Welcome to the Carr Stereo Podcast. I am with my amazing friend Ron Thal, but you know him as Bumblefoot. We are in Bumble Land. I'm in your hood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I love it. Ron says to me, look, I've got this studio. It's not like the fancy schmanciest studio, but it's where I create. To me, that's the fancy schmanciest studio. I want to feel your vibe in this space.
Well, this is it. It's an old house. It was built 100 years ago by this dude. There's two brothers from Italy that came over here and built identical houses, this one and the one next door. And I was just looking for a place to make noise, somewhere to have my own studio. As I always had in Brooklyn, Staten Island, different places. So I must have looked at like 1,000 different things over the course of a year, 1 million listings, and checking stuff out and bringing a snare drum and having someone hit and listening outside to see how much noise it's making for the neighbors. And then I found this place, and this is the one. So I gutted it and rewired the place and opened up the rooms, and pretty much I spend all my time in this like 6x6 area and
this
the whole
little
house.
Space here.
That's it.
All your things are here. This is where you create.
Yeah, this is my mess of things. I'll be staring at this computer for 99% of my time. As I get hungry, I'll just grab protein powder and just fill my mouth with it and wait for the saliva to thicken it up and swallow it. That was way too graphic. That was just disgusting.
But we're getting the vibe. But what happens? Can I touch this? Can I touch it? This is like
don't even point at it. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I can touch this. Wow. So we got to start somewhere. Let's start. I am always in awe of you. When you play, I'm transported. I mean, it's just wild and crazy, and I've been a fan forever. I'm actually going to give props to the gentleman who actually does the voicing for this podcast, my good friend Rob Moorhead, who does the beginning intro. He and I were working together in radio. He was the morning man, and I did the middays, and he said, "You've got to hear this guy, Bumblefoot. He's not of this earth." And that's sort of how and you kind of aren't of this earth. I said I read a comment on social that somebody said, he's the Carl Sagan of guitar. And I like that.
Billions upon billions of notes.
That's you. That's crazy.
Well, Carl Sagan's of this earth.
Yeah. Well, the Carl Sagan of guitar. So 30 years, you've been playing for 50.
Playing for 50 years. Started in 1975 when the Kiss Alive album came out. And I was just 5 years old, about to turn 6. And I heard that album, and that's what I wanted to do. And I started trying to figure out a way to make that happen. I didn't know guitar, schmitar, it doesn't matter. Just be part of that team that makes sound, that makes people feel the way this stuff is making me feel. That was it. So I started writing songs. I was very into Carl Sagan type stuff, planets, space, astronomy and cosmology and all that stuff. I had a very inquisitive mind as a child. I was a smart kid, progressively dumber with age. And so I would write songs about planets and things that a 6-year-old was interested in. And the songs were better then than they are now. I wrote catchy songs. There were some good songs.
Did you take any of them with you? You know, because we're going back 30 years to your debut release, The Adventures of Bumblefoot, and you have all this stuff in your head. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are calling that record too, which was very organic and raw, but now is viewed as a masterpiece. People wanted it back, and it went out for a while, and people were like, "Where is this?" So, how do you get a deal on Shrapnel Records?
Okay.
Being this guy who is, into planets and into guitars and not doing what people in the 90s were doing. Because the 90s, 95-ish, was an odd time in music. You had grunge kind of peaking and moving down. Alterna pop was big, but that was on its way out too. The new metal movement was just beginning, and there you are, intergalactic planetary guitar playing Bumblefoot. So what happens?
Well, my path was always to just be in a band and just be in a rock band. That's what I loved, all the classic rock that we all grew up on, we all loved. So that was the plan. And it really started 1989 was the first legit thing when I got in a guitar magazine and I got a write-up. It was a column on unknown guitar players, it was called Spotlight Column in Guitar Player magazine, August 89. Jeff Healey was on the cover, and the person writing the article was Mike Varney, the owner of Shrapnel Records.
Wow.
So he heard my thing and gave me a really nice write-up and offered me a situation on Shrapnel, but I told him I just still want to pursue my dream of just being in a rock band with vocals, and I didn't want to be an instrumental guitarist, funny enough, with my album. So we always stayed in touch, and I was doing things for Shrapnel, transcribing for things that they were putting out, and then in 91, they put out an album called Ominous Guitarist from the Unknown. It was a comp CD of all different guitar players. And I did this version of Chopin's Fantasy Impromptu on guitar and made a rock version of it and put it on there. And then Mike's brother Mark had a label called Legato Records. And they put out Guitar on the Edge, number 2, 3, and 4, and I had a song on each of those. And I was still just doing the band thing and just, like doing whatever I'm doing in the day. And then you braid your stuff and put on your proper clothing and drive out to Lemoore and play a gig. And yeah, so at that point, I was doing a lot of teaching. Where was it? In Rahway, New Jersey. There was a place called the Victory Christian Academy.
Okay.
And they didn't have a music program there. So I came in and became the director of music. I don't know what you would call me, but I set up an entire music program for the whole school where there was music history, a gospel choir, a jazz band, and lessons and everything. And I would be wearing a tie and everything, and then get home at like 5 p.m., braid my hair, and
go to Lemoore.
just play all the clubs. Like I would play with Trickster. Like we would be doing gigs together when we were teenagers, and what was that place? Studio One.
Studio
I remember we would
One in
play
North,
there,
baby. Oh yeah.
And all the local places.
Yeah.
So doing a lot of that, and then I just realized I need to just pursue music 100%. And Mike Varney told me that they want to make a subsidiary label that has vocals. So they want to do vocal music now. So we signed a deal. So as soon as we signed the deal, great, I could do my band stuff now and the singing and everything. And he says, well, can you just put out an instrumental album as your first thing?
Oh, no.
It's like, that's
not what we talked about.
Exactly. And I asked him, I was like, can we just kill the deal? And he's like, no. You're stuck. You're doing it. It's like, all right. So at that point, I had written a song called Bumblefoot. And it was because my wife's a veterinarian, and while I was helping her study, there was an ailment, ulcerative pododermatitis. And the nickname for it was Bumblefoot. And it was just so silly. I just got inspired and wrote a song, Bumblefoot, and it was on one of those comp CDs. So the idea was, all right, we're going to call this album The Adventures of Bumblefoot. It's going to have this half bee, half foot thing. And
I love that little half bee, half foot.
Yeah,
Very cute.
So that was like a theme for this instrumental album. And every song was named after a different animal disease. And it just made this weird album of weird music. And it wasn't like most of the stuff that was on the label, which was either a lot of neoclassical or more of like a rock jazz fusion type thing. And I'm coming out with songs called Strawberry Foot Rot that sound like some Zappa throwaway song, and like all this weird stuff. But from there, after I did that, the next album was a vocal album, and Sega, they heard that first album and said, you know what, he'd be perfect to score our one of our video games. And I got a gig scoring this entire video game. It was when video games were just becoming real music. Yeah. And they were leaving 8-bit, boop, 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 boop. And you can have actual CD quality, real recordings on there. So I wrote 28 songs in 28 days. And just every day I would wake up, I would start writing a song. The afternoon, I'm recording it. Evening, FedEx a cassette over to San Francisco to them. And then flew out there and had a live drummer play to everything, and we mixed it all in their studio. And it was the weirdest game. It was called Wild Woody. And it was about a pencil that would like erase its adversaries.
Thank
and
God
draw
it was
things.
about a pencil.
Yeah,
I
well,
got nervous.
yeah. the other version of the game didn't quite make it, so they made it about a pencil. And just such a weird game, and it went through all these different scenarios. Like you're on a pirate ship, so I had to make this weird pirate music, and then you're in a cemetery, so very kind of music, and it was fun. Yeah. So after I got off of Shrapnel, I put out 2 albums on Shrapnel. I started my own record label, and just put out my own music. I learned what to do and started a label, would record my stuff in my studio, and got distributors all around the world because this was the days of CDs. Vinyl was dead. There was no downloading or anything yet. Amazon didn't exist yet at this point. Like there was nothing. So just a lot of CD distributors in France and Japan and Germany, here, there. And that's it. So I was just doing everything I was doing, putting out my own music now, putting out albums, starting to tour more. And in the studio, I would produce other bands. And I was making more music for video games and a lot of TV shows.
Yeah.
Like everything on MTV. Like in the early 2000s, like pretty much every show, you'd hear something I did on there.
The Bumblefoot score. The Bumblefoot score. This was so perfect, I think, for you two. Yeah. Because I think if you were in a band, none of this would have happened. You would have been a very different artist. I know your goal was always to be in a band, but I'm grateful and thankful that you weren't in a band. And I'm thankful that Mike Varney kind of pushed you into doing those things in the beginning, because I think that that's what sort of has made you who you are. Everything
happens the way it's meant to happen.
Absolutely.
Even just trying to force myself on that path, if I didn't do that, someone wouldn't have pushed me off the path, which might not have led to other bands that I did play with and different experiences.
With the kids at the school, at the music programs, because this has taken you through your life where you have worked with young artists. I want to talk about that later, worked with young bands, helped work in countries where kids had zero accessibility to music. So that was something that I think really has taken you on a path that is much needed, certainly in your career. So does it feel like 30 years since you've been a recording artist?
Just feels like life.
Just feels like life.
Yeah, it's what you've always done, and it's like a frog slowly boiling, not realizing it, and the water just keeps getting hotter, and that's it. I mean, I always recorded from the very beginning. In fact, I'm going to play you something. Let's find this thing. In the very beginning, I knew what needed to be done. You needed to have your band logo, you needed to have your band name, you needed to have songs, you needed to record them, you needed to do gigs, and you needed to do merch, because that's what Kiss did, and that's what the Beatles did, so that's what we were going to do at 6, 7 years old. So we would record by having a cassette player in the corner of the room. We would play our little guitars up next to it, and the drums would be 10 feet back, and that was our music. We would hit play on that, record on a second cassette recorder, put our faces right here and sing along. And that's how we overdub vocals onto this. So we figured out how to multi-track using just bouncing back and forth with cassette players.
You were doing this as a little kid.
Yes. Let me see. What do I have here? All right. Here is, let's see, some of the first demos from like 1977
No.
of our little cassettes. Yeah.
Baby Bumble.
It got better and better as we went.
Who's drumming?
Oh, my brother.
Brother.
Yeah.
The brother's drumming. Oh, I love that.
And our neighbor John, he was the other guitar player, and yeah.
You had rhythm guitar, you had lead guitar, you had drums. You were 5 or 6?
6, 7 at that point. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. That's why music comes out of your pores. That's why.
Well,
now I know.
And it all starts with Kiss Alive.
It all starts.
It really does. Yeah.
It all starts.
It launched
with Kiss
a
Alive.
million musicians that are doing it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all of these things that we were doing as a band, you expand on it. The recordings, you get more legit gear for the recordings, and then whatever you do, you have to do for others.
How were the Thals with this, by the way? How were Mr. and
parents?
Mrs. Foot? Yeah.
They thought it was cute, until it's all cute until you become a misbehaved teenager. And then it's like this music is fucking up his life, or just, no, I was fucking up my life. It wasn't the music, it was me. I was fully responsible for all the bad decisions I made as a teenager. But yeah, and then it becomes the thing of, you need to get a real job, and, you don't believe in me, and all of that stuff.
Of course.
And, now
Rock and roll, baby. That's
Yeah.
rock and roll.
And
That's the best part.
If anything, it makes you work harder to prove them wrong.
It does.
And it took a good amount of years. I think I was 36 when I took them to like an arena show, and it turned from "you need to get a real job" to "Ronald, we're so proud of you." Yeah.
We always knew that you could do it, Ronald. Yeah. Yeah. So, well, you did get your band, by the way. You've been in a bunch of different bands, but I mean, you got the big band when you joined Guns N' Roses. I mean, you get the call, somebody calls you and says, "Hi, would you like to be the guitar player in Guns N' Roses?" When do you get that call? Is it 20?
It was 2004, and it was Joe Satriani hit me up and said, "I just recommended you, so if somebody reaches out, it's real." And someone reached out, we started talking, and it wasn't until 2006 that we hit the road and did everything. And 8 years, put out Chinese Democracy, Appetite for Democracy, DVD, Blu-ray, hundreds of shows, and a lot of good memories. Yeah.
Yeah. You worked your ass off when you were in that band too. The touring was constant. The traveling was a lot.
We did what a band does.
And it's not easy to go into a band with this new incarnation of a band. What were those years like for you?
Different. When you're doing your own thing, and it's your own founding thing, to walk into something that's already established and not being a founding member, you have to earn the welcome. And that could take a minute, and it often never comes. So that can certainly hurt when you're there to just make music and make people happy and carry the torch and keep something going, and feeling very, unwanted at times. It's crushing. Yeah, but it toughens you up. That's the thing. And you figure it out. You figure it out in your own head, and you move forward and just keep giving your best. That's it.
Yeah. And your decision to leave, was that your decision, mutual decision?
It was time.
It was time to go, yeah.
Yeah, to get back to, I missed so many things that I was doing. All the teaching. I mean, when I joined the band, I was an adjunct professor at SUNY Purchase College teaching music production. I had this place and was producing a dozen bands. I was putting out my own music and touring and doing stuff for all the TV shows and little indie horror movies and video games and all of that. I had such a musical life, and all of that had to be put to the side to be a member
Yeah, to
of
give your
just one
100%
band.
to that band, yeah.
And I was always the kind of person that sought to be able to do what I want, how I want, when I want, and to work towards that. We talked about that before. Like, that's something we spend our lives working towards, and we finally get it. It's a wonderful thing when you work up to that point. And it's something that, that freedom was always very important to me. I needed that. It's not that I couldn't work in a band, but if a band can't be everything for you, it can't, check all the boxes. There are certain things you're going to need creatively, just everything. Like, for me, the most important thing was always writing music, creating music. That was always more important to me than performing, playing live. Yeah. Performing is wonderful. It's great for the moment, great for a couple of memories on your phone. But those recordings last forever, and you could do things in the studio that can't even happen in reality. I mean, looking at the Beatles, just reversing tape and having time go backwards. That's something that human beings could never hear before. I love that shit.
Yeah. It's a beautiful way to put it. Beautiful way to put it, too. So you get your guitar, and then you decide you want to be like the fretless player.
Well, okay, so I always built my own guitars.
Always. You always did.
Yeah, I didn't have a
Wow.
guitar endorsement. I would make these monstrosities, and my main guitar was what you can call the Swiss cheese
I love
guitar.
this. Where is Swiss? Is Swiss cheese in another room?
The original one is at
love the
home,
Swiss
but
cheese.
this company made an exact replica of it. Should I go get it?
Yeah.
All right, let's go get it. So here is at least the replica of the Swiss cheese guitar.
Why does that sound so good? Oh my gosh.
Is this a good guitar?
It is a good guitar. Play a little bit more.
So there's a lot of sounds you get out of it, and that is thanks to DiMarzio Pickups, who believed in me at the very beginning in like the early 90s and gave me an endorsement and would do all my wiring and everything. And so you got just like a straight up rock sound. And this one is a little more organic sounding. These two together. Then them out of phase, which gives it this weird quacking. And then this one, which is just nice. So I was painting dungaree jackets for like $20 a pop when I was 12 years old. I would paint Iron Maiden albums on the backs of dungaree
Oh,
jackets.
the best. Yeah.
And that's how I would save up money to buy gear, to buy pickups or whatever. And I saved up enough to get this Ibanez Roadstar 1983 guitar for $180, and I turned it into what looks like this. And that was my main guitar for 13 years that I would tour with and record albums with and do everything with. So it was in 1997, and I was touring France. And this guy was at the show with a guitar case, and he's like, yeah, I brought a guitar for you to try out from this company, Vigier, Vigier. And I was very, guarded, just very, I'm not looking for a guitar endorsement. I build my own guitars. And he's like, well, at least play it. Just try it out. And I didn't even want to play it. Like, I don't want to touch it. I don't want to go there.
I'm out.
Yeah, exactly. And he just insisted. He's like, just play the fucking thing. I was like, all right. So I played it, and it played so much better than my own, horrible monstrosities of just, I don't know how to build guitars. I barely know how to play them, let alone build them. So we talked. It's like, all right, let's figure something out. And they made really nice guitars. They did. They started the company in 1980, just a boutique handmade kind of thing. And I met with the owner, and I told him that I was into, some kinky shit. So, so I don't know if just a straight off the, just a regular guitar is going to do it for me. I need to express that artistic side in guitars, not just playing. So he agreed to make all my weird guitars.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we went to the NAMM show in 1998. That was the first thing we did. And I saw at the booth, he had all these fretless guitars hanging up with these metal necks on them. And I was like, why didn't you tell me about these? And very frustrated, he replied, we've been making fretless guitars for 18 years and we've only sold one of them.
Wow.
Nobody wants them.
Really?
Yeah. So I was like, give me one. I'll take it home. And immediately it just became part of my playing. I started using it more and more. And it got to the point where I didn't want to have a fretted or a fretless. I needed fretted and fretless so that I could do both within a song and not have to choose between one guitar or another. So that's when we came up with doing a double neck. That was around 2009.
I picture you in a photo too. That photo of you with the double neck. There was some kind of a press photo or something, and it just popped into my head again with you playing and me just being very aware of the difference of these guitars and being like, wow, that's Bumblefoot. That's the magic of what Ron does.
The next guitar they made me, before doing that one, they took the first album, that Adventures of Bumblefoot album, and that crazy B-foot thing.
Yeah, I love that.
They turned it into a guitar.
Where is it? You have it?
I do. In fact.
This was unplanned, by the way. I was not planning on getting to see all these guitars, so I'm pretty happy that we're getting to see them. Oh, there it is! The actual Bumblefoot guitar.
Yes. And the geniuses that they are, they made it where if you bend down the floating bridge, if you bend it down to lower the pitch of a note, like all the dive bombs, all that stuff, the wings pop out. So the wings are attached to the bar. In fact, you could even control the pitch from the wing.
That's amazing.
And for the little body it has, it actually gets a decent sound. It's got the same pickups that I always use, a DiMarzio Tone Zone and a DiMarzio Chopper. This is just this one, this is both, this is just that one. And they are humbuckers. It's like they have two fangs. I won't get into all the
They're just fangs.
Just two fangs. And if you pull the volume knob, you get just one of them going. So it sounds more like a Stratocaster instead of a Les Paul. That's the best way to describe it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's a nice guitar. And
I love it.
it's a little Monty Python-y.
I love it. I think of you as a drumtarist too, because you've got such a rhythm in your head, and I always hear you speak about drummers. And there's such a thing between your playing and the drummer, which isn't always for a lead guitar player.
The drums are everything.
Everything.
Drums
I've heard you
are
say
the
that.
boss.
Everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
The drummer is
Why?
the boss. Buddy Rich and his big band.
Yeah. Why? Why are they the drivers?
Well, if the drums suck, the band sucks. Simple as that. You could be a shitty guitarist with a great drummer and your band is good and you just have vibe. If you're a great guitarist and your drummer sucks, the music sucks. The drums, the rhythm, all of that is the most important thing. It's got to be good. And also, most of what you're going to be playing, at least with most music, is rhythm. You have your little solo moment, unless you're doing shred music and the whole song is a solo. But for most of it, yeah. And it's just so important. If the rhythm isn't there, it doesn't matter what notes you hit or anything, they're just not going to feel good. They have to sit in a certain pocket and have a certain comfort. If you're playing in front of the beat, it's going to make people feel a little nervous and frantic, which you may want. It's great for like old school thrash, things like that. You want to jump in front of it and feel like you're, this dog just like yanking at the leash. And then for other types of music, you want to lay back way behind the beat. And when I say way behind the beat, I mean subtly behind the beat, just not exactly dead on it.
Yeah.
And it gives it this more relaxed, comfortable feel. So that kind of stuff. And then just the overall groove of things. That's what was great about Van Halen.
Yeah.
Is, guitar-wise, you could get into all that, but really, it was so much about just having that swing.
The master. Yep.
And if you take that away, if you make it just straight eighths without the swing, you have it's like what's that feel.
Yeah.
That gotta have that. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Is that.
Yeah.
The notes don't even matter.
Yeah.
It's that rhythm. Because if you play those same notes, but you don't have that rhythm, it's shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we talked about that. I'm so glad I asked you that. Well, it's funny. I was thinking of some of the covers. I love your covers. You do great covers. I think the first one that I heard you do, and it wasn't even on the Barefoot collection, was the Four Tops Bernadette. And I love that song. Is intense, impactful, heavy song. And I'm like, this is Bumblefoot covering the Four Tops? And what an amazing version of that song. So then when you started releasing covers, I was really in awe, not only of your choices, and a lot of the covers have your vocals on them too. You're a phenomenal singer.
Oh, thank you.
Great vocalist. Great. A lot of people don't know that about Ron. He's a great vocalist. But some of your covers just have blown my doors off. When did you decide to, start putting out like some cover stuff? You've done Dexy's Midnight Runners and Iron Maiden. He does Iron Maiden's The Trooper.
Oh wait, no. What do you call it?
Wasted Years.
Wasted Years. I've done The Trooper though.
Yeah, you've done The Trooper.
I've pretty
heard
much
you do The Trooper.
Every song on.
But Wasted's on Barefoot 2, I think.
Slave.
Yeah, it's on Barefoot 2. I think you've got Wasted Years, right?
Yeah.
But the covers that you do are just incredible.
I like a lot of shit. Yeah, so I'll do something from like the Young Rascals and something from just anything, just any songs that I like. I'll just do a cover of them.
Come
and everybody.
on, Eileen. That was like, give me a little Come On, Eileen.
See, that was a bunch of acoustic guitars. And what I did is I took one acoustic guitar, ran it through an octave pedal to kind of grab the bass with it. So it had this sort of like... And then another one that was just... kind of covering the piano, like.
And then I didn't expect the vocal to come in, and then you come in with this amazing vocal.
And just trying to imitate that sound. There was that 80s, poor old. that
you
thing.
Did
Johnny
an amazing.
Ray.
It was phenomenal.
Whole,
yeah.
It's fun. It's just having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all love these songs and just. We love to listen to them. We love to play them, sing them, everything.
Yeah.
So, that's what made everybody doing original music. I'm sure every single one has heard music before that inspired them and made them want to do it. And they've learned songs and amassed their own vocabulary and interest and arsenal and everything that all just went into the mixing bowl and became what they deliver.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's why you will hear every original band always does covers.
Yeah,
something.
but people have to look up the Barefoot collections because they're incredible. And some of the stuff will just knock your socks off where you're like, I can't believe this is Ron. I can't believe he's covering this. When I did my radio show, every St. Patrick's Day, people would be requesting your version of Dexy's Midnight Runners. I would play it every St. Patrick's Day because people just
so funny.
loved it. They loved your vibe. Okay, so then this year, you return with an incredible record. Holy shit. With this record that is like so beyond anything. And I think guitar players are making these records now. I just had Vernon Reid on with me, and he's got Hoodoo Till Lemon Tree, which is amazing. His new record out is just incredible. And you've made your record, which I think is a full circle record for you, which is everything that you've ever done. However, you do have a lot of your amazingly talented friends on this record, because you said there were songs here that I just needed finished, and I couldn't hear myself on them. I could hear other people on them.
Yeah, there's certain songs that as they were reaching that point where you could see what they're going to be, and you feel like you're drawing inspiration and trying to channel someone else's identity in them. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to get the people that I was channeling. So, like, for one song, I imagined, like, I could just hear the guitar sounding like this barking alien. Like, it just doesn't even sound like a guitar. So I hit up Steve Vai, because, yeah, he is truly otherworldly. And he put down a solo. There was another song that had a lot of melodies throughout and harmonies, and it just had such a Queen type of sound to it. So I asked Brian May if he would throw something down, and he did. Yeah. And in fact, on that song, Jerry Gaskill is playing drums from our beloved King's X.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, what a band. What a band.
And Derek Sherinian was on keys on that one.
Derek's your guy. You and Derek work together a lot.
We've done a ton of things.
Yeah, he's incredible as well.
Sons of Apollo, and then Whom Gods Destroy, and just we would play this festival called Starmus. It is a combination of astrophysics and music. So there would be astrophysicists giving lectures during the day, and then at night, musicians would play. And it was a combination of both. So for a few years, we've been doing that, and Derek brought me into that. He was involved with it. And yeah, just that's so up my alley.
Perfect.
Like, yeah,
I'm
so
shocked
happy.
you didn't know about this from the very first festival, you know, that he brought you into that, because that is you. But this record is incredible. How long did it take you to put it together? I remember getting a text from you, and I was on the air, and you said, I'm in the studio right now working on my new record. I'm so excited about it. And I have an incredible guitar player with me. And you wouldn't tell me who it was. And I think it was, or working with an incredible guitar player. And I think it was the Brian May song that you were working on. So how long did it take you to put it together? Did you have the songs for a long time? Or are they songs that just came to you quickly? And how long did it take you to get all these great folks on this record?
I had 2 songs that I had already put out as just single instrumental songs. So that was the start. And then when I really started working on it during the pandemic, first thing I did is I had this riff from 1989 that I never did anything with. I was like, let me just turn that finally, let me just, dust that off and do something with it. So I turned that into a song, just expanded on that. And it's very easy. You just start with one thing and you just grow out from there. So I had that riff, and then drums build and bass and everything. Now you have this foundation, and then you throw a melody on top, and just first thing that comes to mind. So for me, it was like... There you go. You do that twice, and then it's like, all right, way to go from there. All right, let's build it up, add some heavy guitars, and keep the melody, but change the underlying music so that the melody just feels different.
Yeah.
It's like instead of it feeling like the root of something, if you change the chords under it, suddenly the same notes have a different emotional content to them. Compared to just expand on it that way. And then from there, where do you go? You just do twice. And then you just have that, you just trust your instincts and say, all right, I feel like it needs to go somewhere else now. And you just build the melody higher. You have the phrase, so let's bring it up. And this right here is a magical thing. It is what we call a fifth away from the main root of the music. And when you hear that, it makes you feel like everything is going to resolve and go back to the root. So when it does that, from there, I just stayed on it. I didn't go right back to bum, bum, go back to it. I just gave it its own part. And then back to it. And then now you have your song. So now you do the second verse and change up that melody. You want to be exact. Same thing. Just give it something different. So maybe on the fretless and change the notes a bit, change the tone. Whatever it is. And back to the chorus. And then there was a whole section, and I could just picture it just being this like empty space for just a lot of like jammy soloing over. So I was thinking about it, 1989, it's kind of where my shit began with that guitar magazine. And in that guitar magazine, I had my address, home address, because you could back then. It was a safe world, a trusting world. Kids could walk themselves to school at 6 years old for 5 blocks, and it's fine. And they can handle themselves. So there was this kid that wrote to me from saying that. He wrote me a letter, said, "Hi, my name is Guthrie. I'm a guitar player in the UK, and here's my demo. I'd love to hear your demo." And we became pen pals, a guy named Guthrie Govan. And he's an incredible, one of the best guitar players there is. He has a band called the Aristocrats. He plays with Hans Zimmer. Phenomenal. And just a wonderful guy. So we were pen pals in the late 80s, writing each other handwritten letters and sending cassettes of our demos back and forth. And when I would tour in the UK, he would come to shows and we would jam. And when we'd be at NAMM shows, we would just sit on the floor for an hour and just lose ourselves and just play and just jam. And I played on his first album, did a guest solo on there. So it just seemed right that a song from 1989, where I first met him, when everything began, it's a riff from then, and it's the first thing I'm writing to start a new album.
I love that.
So I asked him if he would, do a little trading back and forth soloing. So we did. So he did a little something, I did something, he did something, I did something. And there's that song called Anveshana. Yeah. That means like seeking. And it's about learning, and we both had that sort of mentality at the time. Like we were just sponges for growth and learning and expanding, and just so passionate about guitar and just seeing where we could take it.
Yeah, that's a full circle moment on this record.
Yeah.
Full circle moment on the record. I love that. And you worked with so many young bands, people you didn't forget about. You're always working with somebody new. Who's that artist that you're working with? Is it Shavrock?
So yes, there
very
is.
Journey sounding guitar sounds and everything.
Yeah, very
That's
melodic
what I hear.
rock.
Very melodic rock. And so it sounds like a cheesy word to say, but I can't think of another word to describe it. Very accessible. It's just accessible.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Your ear connects to this, and it's very, very accessible. I think the song that I really like from them, I think it's like Burning Sky or something.
That one, wow.
I really like that song, yeah.
Very cool.
It's just got just an accessibility where when I hear it, there's something about it that feels really good to me, and it feels familiar. I don't know why, but you've given your talent, your inspiration to a lot of these people that a lot of people don't know.
And they should.
And they should.
They should.
It's important. Yeah.
So what I do is I try to produce and help just get all those people onto the playing field. And Deco Records, such wonderful dudes, great label. Have a deal with them where the bands that I produce, they can get physical distribution through Deco.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that's not something that a band could usually get on their own.
No, they can't get it at all these days. Yeah. Look, people always talk to me about the media business. Oh, it's so hard, it's so hard. The recording business is just as hard, if not even harder now. Yeah. Everybody, unfortunately, these days is looking for the next TikTok star. So, artists, like the artists you are finding, like the artists you are, have a more difficult time. Because, you're not making necessarily just TikTok videos. You're making music.
I am too damn old for TikTok. I'm too old for TikTok. I want nothing to do with it. I mean, you got to do it because, I'm doing all this stuff. So you need to,
but what we're telling you is support music and support musicians because we need artists like Ron.
Yeah. Music has become a bit devalued over the years.
Oh, yeah.
And, that's a shame.
And it sucks, yeah.
That's why with this album, I wanted to do more when it came out. Like, I didn't want to just put it on, I don't even want to say the name of it. But the streaming services.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because that's all people can afford these days. There's no, the industry doesn't have the numbers to support the development of new music.
And we kind of give it away. We're giving everything. And I think once you give something, you can never really, you can't take it back. So we dig ourselves into this kind of hole. It's funny because I have my Bumblefoot Returns album and I listen to it all the time and I love it. And you'd signed it for me way back when. And, but I even brought it. I even brought it today. It was I just felt like bringing it. I don't know why. I'm well, maybe he doesn't have one, so I can bring one. But you're doing all kinds of special things with the record these days. So talk to me a little bit about what's going on.
All right. I'm going to put this thing down.
Put the foot guitar down. Put the Bumblefoot guitar. And we'll talk a little bit. I love to. Mm-hmm. I can imagine if I could play. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, you're going to wait. I'm going to teach you something.
Really?
You're going to walk out of here playing something. We're going to come up with a song. Oh. Yeah. Maybe we should write a song.
We should.
All right. So, yeah, I didn't want to just put the album on streaming services. I wanted it to be an event the way it used to be. Let it be something more.
Oh, we loved our albums. Just the feel, the smell, the everything.
The smell. There's certain albums that when I hear the songs, I remember the smell of the vinyl. One of the George Harrison albums does it. There was a distinct smell that it had.
All Things Must Pass, maybe?
Wasn't that one? It was a later one.
Okay.
I have all of them. I have Bangladesh and Must Pass, the big box, and 33 and a Third, and Dark Horse, and
Dark Horse. So you have a cassette?
Oh, yeah. I did cassette. And the thing we love about these albums is artwork. We love, it's not just the music, it's the art.
Where's Simon? Where's Simon? Where's my little man?
Simon is home, probably curled up in one of his beds.
Simon is Ron's cat, and he's cover art. Mm-hmm. He's in space, baby.
Pretty much this album wouldn't exist without Simon. My
there
little
he
boy.
Is. Look at him.
So even that first song, I was making that song. I was writing a lot of stuff for the Whom Gods Destroy album. Mm-hmm. And it was a really just dark prog metal sound. And one of the things I was writing, I just pictured it being more for an instrumental song. And as I just kept going with it and taking it in different directions, I could just envision as cheesy as it sounds, like a space adventure. Like you wake up in a shitstorm of asteroids flying everywhere, like, what the fuck? And you get through that, and then you clear, and then you're seeing beautiful stuff, and that's where the song is melodic, and then it's uh-oh, and you see them coming at you.
That's my song. That's my jam, by the way. Yeah. I have to listen to that song every day.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love Simon in Space. Yeah.
So during that same time, got a new addition to the family. Simon, my cat, my best buddy in the whole world.
Who was, by
And
the way, like a stray, living on the streets, like not a good life, and you guys took him in.
it's such the story pisses me off. He belonged to someone, and they either dumped him or he ran away because he was chipped. What happened was he ended up just out. He's outside and he's gone. And he wandered into a feral colony at a mobile home park. And they let him stay there, from what I was told, because there were people watching it that would do trap noodle release and everything. And he would help take care of the kittens. And otherwise he would have been kicked out. He's not one of them. And so he was doing that. And then the traps, he willingly went into one of the traps. He just walked into it and waited for someone to come get him. And they got him, and they saw he was chipped. He's neutered, everything. He's good to go. And they checked his chip and contacted the owners. And they said, oh, yeah, he ran away. We replaced him. Yeah.
Well, now he's living the good life.
Yeah, so
With Bumble, the inspiration for a song on the cover of the album, and it even gets better. Mrs. Foot is a veterinarian, so I don't think he hit the jackpot. He hit the cat jackpot.
the cat pot.
He hit the cat pot. There's no doubt about that. Yeah.
So, yeah, we were looking to get a new little someone for
Addition, and there he is. Yeah, and he's
And-
inspired the record.
So, yeah, he was at a shelter, and they knew that we were looking for someone, and they said, we got the perfect cat for you. And the first time I met him, he walked in the house, and I just leaned down and said hello, and he gave me this little hop, leap, swipe thing, and it was like, we're best
Does he
friends.
like the guitar? Does he like the sound of the music?
He doesn't give a shit.
He doesn't give a shit.
No, he doesn't care. I tried to get
amazing.
him to play. I would play songs for him.
Yeah.
No, he just wants to watch, cat TV, watch the squirrels and the birds. And yeah, so he had this one bed, the circular bed, and he would stare out the window, just squirrel hunting from his little thing, and it looked like he was in a spaceship. And we made an Instagram page, Simon in Space. That's all pictures of him in the bed in space, like it's a spaceship. So when I was making this song and it was coming together, it just all made sense. It's like, fuck, this song, yeah, it's about Simon in space. And that became the theme to the artwork, where I was sort of taking the idea of that first album. You had the bee foot and all this chaos around, only now 30 years of evolution. Now it's the double neck guitar.
Yeah.
This one's even fretless.
Yep.
And as a spaceship with Simon piloting it, and all the things that would be of interest to him. Mice and birds and fish aliens and cheese asteroids and all of that stuff. So it's a whole lot of artwork. Made this, had an artist, tried to do it myself. I suck. So I got an artist to make the 2D thing, then got a 3D artist to convert it to a 3D model so that I could just take it in Blender software, which is 3D software, and just change the light positions and change the position of everything and be able to just move
at
it
that.
around and have it at every angle
Look at
and use
that.
it for video. And
There you are.
everything.
Open it up again. I love that. That's a great shot.
So, yeah, that's all.
Beautiful.
Just a ton of artwork. And if I did just 2 sides, it would have been squished and the sound might degrade. If I did 4 sides, the sides would be a little short. So I did 3 sides, and of course, art on every thing. And the 4th side
Wow.
has UV
Wow.
printing.
Wow.
So that it's just
Beautiful.
artwork on the 4th side. You could see it through on the 3rd
That
side as it
is
spins.
magnificent.
And
Magnificent.
that's what you want to do. Is if you're going to do it, go all out. Don't skimp.
I love it.
And
I
I'm
love
happy that the thing people are getting most is the vinyl. Yeah, I thought it would be all CDs.
No. People are loving their vinyl now. Vinyl is back.
Very back.
Feels like such a player too, don't I? I feel like a player here. This is great. You are. Vinyl is back, and that is magnificent. Can they find you? Is it online the best way to do it? I've seen you on socials. What's the best way to get it?
So it's at bumblefoot.com. You can get signed or unsigned there, and bundles and all the merch stuff. But also Deco Records, they have it, and they have wonderfully made it available in record stores and on Amazon and everything. And they have a partner label in Europe, so it's out there, available in record stores. So thank you, Deco. Love you. And yeah, so it's very easy to get. CD, just a mini version of that. I feel like I'm on Talk Shop Live. So, but wait, there's more.
There's more.
You have that, the artwork, and you have the disc, but it's not clear or anything.
Well, it's an experience record. It's an experience record. It's a journey record. It's an experience record. And you want to take the experience when you get your copy. You want to get your tangible copy. I love that. My gosh.
A little mini poster.
Yeah. I think it's important to do that because I think there's a generation of people who did not know and do not know that part of it exists.
You don't realize.
Right? We took it for granted.
How much you're missing
when
you're just looking at the artwork from an album on a screen. And when you see it in front of your eyes for real, it's such a different thing.
Totally different. It's a whole different game. You've been in the hot sauce business for a long time.
Yes.
And you're always giving back to charity. You've always got something going on. You're a very philanthropic guy, which is something I've always admired about you. Whenever I've needed help helping out something with animals, and Ron's always a first call for me, and he's always there. What do you need? I'll send you this. I'll get you that. We'll go here. You've just always been doing it and been there. Talk to me about the sauces, though, because they're very successful.
No, they're doing okay.
Yeah, they're doing okay. I mean, people like them. And you got some hot sauces here.
Some of them, yeah.
Talk to me about them. Where are they? Do we have them?
Right here.
All right.
Okay. I wanted a sauce that goes with everything I like to eat. And I like to eat everything.
Okay.
So
it's not one with the protein powder. This is something with the food.
No, this is just normal.
Okay.
This should replace whatever sauce you keep on the table. This one, it has, it's more complex. It's got a lot of Mediterranean herbs. It goes with every kind of food.
Yeah, I really like that one.
Mexican, Italian, Thai,
Yep.
Indian,
Excellent.
Chinese, everything.
Really good.
Yeah, and it's the sauce. It's mild and a lot of flavor.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Then for something barbecuey, cherry, bourbon, chipotle, Bumblicious.
Bumblicious is good.
Yeah, it goes with steak, goes with all kinds of meats and fish and veggies and stir fry and anything, wings, anything.
It's good for barbecue in the summer, but Bumblicious is really good. But wait, now we're getting really hot. What do we got now?
Now. All right. A gift for people you hate. Or if you hate yourself, if you want to just test make sure you're alive. This is one of the hottest sauces in the world.
In the world?
Well, according to a blog done by the folks that make the show Hot Ones.
Yeah.
Wow. So they did a blog and they said this was the third hottest sauce, and it is called Bumblefucked. And it is hot. It is. It's ugly. It's painful.
And people love it.
It never should have been created. And it's the best seller. Yeah. And it's hot. So if you want to just take a plate of food and give it a kick, one drop for an entire plate of food and you'll be good. One pinhead-sized little dot on your tongue and you will be on fire from here up for a good 10 minutes. It's as serious, not fucking around, hot. Yeah.
Serious heat with the Bumblefucked. Serious heat.
I have a new sauce that I'm coming out with very soon to goes along with one of the songs on the album. I have a song called Moonshine Hootenanny.
Ooh.
So I made a new sauce called Moonshine Hootenanny.
Perfect.
And I made a music video to the song Moonshine Hootenanny.
I saw the video.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible. Also, what you have like a pasta thing too.
Oh, yeah. So,
is that coming?
In Indonesia, there's a wonderful company that started up Rockstar Foods, and they made kind of like a cup of noodles thing with all these packets of different flavor stuff that come with it. And it's just a little healthier. It's made of cassava, and it's delicious. And I am part of that. They're using Bumblefoot hot sauce in it. Rockstar Spaghetti. Yeah, and what we're doing with this is for every one of these that people buy, one is being donated to somebody that needs a meal. So
That's amazing. And I know locally that you have been involved with the John Bon Jovi Soul Kitchen, which is doing great work, amazing. Locally, we're here in New Jersey now, and John is just phenomenal at getting people fed. And I know you're teaming up this holiday season, which is so cool.
yeah, so these folks, yeah, they are contributing, investing. What's the word? Endorsing.
Partnering?
Thank you, partnering.
Yeah, partnering
So
with
they're
JBJ.
doing something to help out with the their efforts, and yeah.
I love that. I love that. It's so important to give back. And you've been such a giver for such a long time. And Ron just kind of does it. It's just a part of your DNA. And now that we've chatted and you brought me back to when you were young and put the suit on and went to Rawway and taught the kids and were involved, then I was like, yeah, now all the boxes make sense and everything's checked out.
Well, I am not doing anything special. The way I look at it is that everybody does what they can, whether it's this much or it's that much. And you shouldn't do more than you can. And, just we all do what we can. That's it. No pat on the back, no anything. We all just do what we can. And every little bit makes a difference. So even if someone is doing this much, it matters just as much because collectively it ends up being a lot. Yeah.
This has been like a little slice of heaven for me. Being with such a cool friends. I love Ron, and just getting like all of this great guitar feeling around me. I mean, I can't think of a better way to spend an afternoon. Would you play us out today too with Simon in Space for me? Would you do a little bit of that?
Yeah, let's do a little bit.
And I think
I remember it.
You also said maybe something about giving me a little bit of a lesson.
I should
Are
give
we
you
going
a
to do it
lesson.
on the Bumblefoot?
We should.
You tell me. Okay. I suck at guitar, and I love everything about the guitar, and I've never been able to play. People have tried to teach me. I've never had a teacher like Ron.
I'm going to teach you.
What do we do here?
All right. Well, considering your interests...
We have the iconic guitar here? I'm
This thing.
intimidated just looking at it.
No, actually, you should be playing this one.
No.
I should teach you to play fretless.
I'd be afraid I'd drop it.
That's okay. I got another one. Break a neck, we have another neck. And it's just things.
There's always
We get
another
other
neck.
things. So, all right. Considering the kind of music you like and what you would be doing with it, the first thing we should learn is, okay, first finger, you go behind the fret. So take this finger, put it, that's it, right there.
Okay.
And now we're gonna go la, 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 a fifth higher. And you're gonna put another finger right there with it. So use your third or your pinky.
Okay.
Right there.
Okay. All right. All right.
And now those two,
Yeah.
just strum them. Here's a pick.
Am I picking? Mm-hmm. I'm picking? All right.
Sure.
All right. Hang on. I'm not hearing my guitar. All right. Hang on. I got it. Hang on.
You got this.
I got this. Hang on.
Hang on, put this down. Okay, you just want to strum those two strings.
Oh, God.
And that's it. And what you can do so that the hand doesn't feel like it's like floating and not in control is you can rest your hand anywhere. You can even rest this part of your hand
Okay.
right here so that you move from that.
Okay.
There you go. Okay.
I told you I suck.
No, you don't
suck.
suck. Okay, take that third finger and move it closer to this fret.
Okay.
Because what we want to do is when we're pushing down, it's not where our finger is that's making the pitch. We are pressing down the string against the fret. So
Okay.
the closer you get to the fret, the better. So you take that shape
Yeah.
and you just move it to different places. Check it out. You can play every Ramones song now. You go. Or
It doesn't sound like you, Ron.
no, even better. It sounds like you.
It sounds like me. I suck. I suck. But I just love
Just remember,
having
you
the guitar around.
only have to be good enough to play whatever song you're playing. That's
Okay.
it. So whatever song that is, as long as you're able to play that,
I have guitars at home. I'm going to noodle. I'm going to noodle. And then in our next interview, I'm going to noodle.
gonna have it down.
Will
We're
you
gonna
Zoom with
jam.
me
of course.
if I need to? All right. I'm going to noodle. At least I know where the fingers go now.
There you go. That is the main thing. You take that shape and you go. Wherever you put it, that's it. Pretty much every rock song uses that in there.
Okay.
So
I'm going to
now you're good.
practice. I'm going to practice. Will you do Simon and Space for me? A little bit?
try.
Okay. Just a little bit. That's my jam. And hearing it live with you, I have to do it.
So some of the weird stuff, you got the fretless guitar, of course, where it's like every fingertip it has a slide to it. And then another thing is I have this magnetized hole down here that I keep a thimble in, and I use that to get even farther up the neck. Once the frets run out, there's still more notes you can get. So I use that to get those, and then I go this way where I can actually step in front of the bridge, and the notes, or I should say the string won't ring out all the way to the bridge. It'll ring out to this, and it'll make the notes become higher. It's almost like it's like fretting from the opposite direction. Instead of shortening the length this way, you can shorten it from this way. So that's part of my shtick of what I do with this thing. And let me just do that and click that and put this here and keep that on. And let's see what we get. All right, your song.
My jam.
See if I remember it. 2, 3, 4. lucky knobs to turn. I kind of fucked it up in some spots.
Oh, come on. Bumblefoot returns.
I had some brain farts.
Oh,
I
my
get brain
God.
farts and finger farts.
Amazing. Amazing. Bumblefoot returns. That's a wrap.
All right.
Thank you so much for letting us invade your space.
Thank you anytime.
I feel like so fucking reinvigorated now.
Should I try that again? Or was that all right?
Dude, are you fucking crazy? Like, you're a fucking master. What are you doing? You are amazing. Holy shit.